Let's take a look at the top news headlines. Manipur bags first rank in Northeast and Hill States category of Niti Aayog's India Innovation Index. Karnataka, Chandigarh lead in other categories. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu leads after first round of counting. Government's Irang bridge to be ready by August claim can't be trusted, says General Secretary Iron cannot be trusted. Manipur Drivers Association, Ketri Mayum Sanjoy. Hello and a very good evening. Welcome to Mami TV English News Bulletin. I'm KABITA TONGBRAM. Karnataka, Manipur and Chandigarh have topped in their respective categories in the third edition of Niti Aayog's India Innovation Index. The index was released today by Vice Chairman of Niti Aayog, Suman Veri, in the presence of member Dr. V.K. Saraswat, CEO Prameshwaran Iyer and Senior Advisor Neeraj Sinha and Chairman of Institute for Competitiveness Dr. Amit Kapoor. While Karnataka has topped again in the major stats category, Manipur has been adjudged as number 1 in the Northeast and Hill States category, and Chandigarh is the top performer in the Union Territories and City States category. Speaking at the release function, Dr. Saraswat said, "Innovation is the key to sustainable and inclusive growth. It can help solve the biggest challenges of the present times, bringing millions out of poverty, generating livelihood opportunities, and paving the way for an Atmanirbhar Bharat." Prepared by Niti Aayog and the Institute for Competitiveness, the India Innovation Index is a comprehensive tool for the evaluation and development of the country's innovation ecosystem. It ranks the states and the union territories on their innovation performance to build healthy competition amongst them. The third edition highlights the scope of innovation analysis in the country by drawing on the framework of the Global Innovation Index. The number of indicators has increased from 36 in the India Innovation Index 2020 to 66 in the India Innovation Index 2021. The indicators are now distributed across 16 sub-pillars, which in turn form 7 key pillars. The India Innovation Index 2021 is a testament to the government of India's continued commitment to transforming the country into an innovation-driven economy, stated a press release issued by the Niti Aayog. NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu is leading after first round of votes were counted. Out of the total 748 votes cast by the MPs, Murmu claims 540 while opposition candidate Yashwant Sinha got 208. India will soon know who will succeed Ramnath Kovind to become the country's 15th president, with the counting of votes for the recently held presidential election commencing at the Parliament House today morning. Going by the support extended by various parties, National Democratic Alliance NDA candidate Draupadi Murmu has a clear edge over opposition's Yashwant Sinha in this election. If elected, Murmu will become the first tribal woman to occupy the top constitutional post in the country. Voting for the presidential polls concluded on Monday with over 99% of 4,796 eligible electors, including 771 MPs and 4,125 MLAs taking part in the process. Manipur Drivers Association (MDA) has said the state government's claim to reopen Irang Bridge in the first week of August cannot be trusted. General Secretary of MDA, Ketri Mayum Sanjoy, said this yesterday during the inspection visit at Irang Bridge along with members of Senapati District Truck Drivers Union and Senapati District Truck Owners Association. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines of the inspection visit, Sanjoy said General Manager of NHIDCL, Ashutosh Mishra, had informed that the reconstruction of the bridge is targeted to be completed by July 30. The repair work of approach road of the bridge will take around 1 week and the bridge will be ready by first week of August. Besides, the work minister has been closely monitoring the repair work and pressing for completion at the earliest. However, the repair work is not satisfactory, Sanjoy said. So far, construction of only bridge pillar has been completed, while construction of the other pillar is yet to begin, and except for repair of roads near the bridge, no other significant changes can be seen, he said. Even if the construction bridge will be completed, nothing much can be expected of it, as Imphal-Jiribam road is still in deplorable condition. The road is still in the condition as 2 months ago, and many landslides have occurred along the road, Sanjoy said.
Manipur da BJP government na panba horokpada lambi asibu aeroplane taba yana mongda sembi gani haina haibi gi bedo madu thabak on othokpiu Manipur gi praja gi nongma gi sangda yadraba pasa khudima pusalapada Imphal-Jiribam lambi asiju aduki matik achoba thoda ama lawri bani ngasi mak law singi matama sida har phangdadanda gudaon da prajana irang howegi irang bokta lengnari sigi marak sida Nagaland government na July gi tang 15 dagi nimit kun ga manga ni sumna lambi asida transport gari amata movement tobiganu hena chingyangi badagi awaba kya amasu mayongnari masigi matang da Manipur government na yaragadi Nagaland government ga wari sanabiraga gari singje sathok chasin tobada ayaba ama ya athuwa matamda lahanjaningi maramdi masigi lambi sidi natana Hoji ki oinadi Imphal-Jiribam lambi sina tatlaga leibana maram moraga National Highway 2 sida lakadaba pasakudima yona makpallaga Dimapur thangsa ta laisangibana maram moraga sengsa hawai sawai maruina lawu siubigi hana chingba amata ngasi Imphal gi leiriba lampen go down Cs go down F4 go down FS go down chingbada har pura empty hore.
Meeting the team of MDA at Noni District Headquarters, General Manager of NHIDCL, Ashutosh Mishra said Irang Bridge will be ready by the first week of August. The repair activity of the bridge will be carried out by Guardian Bridge Shipyard Engineers, GRSE, based in Kolkata. He further informed that the previous bridge was 150 feet span with double reinforcement (DDR), whereas the new structure will be triple reinforcement (TDR), and its span will be 160 feet. Around 20 personnel will be working in day and night shifts under the supervision of NHIDCL, he said.
इसके लिए आर्मी वगैरह लोगों से भी बातचीत की गई थी, जो मुझे इन्फॉर्मेशन मिली है, बट ना उस समय उनके पास भी रिसोर्स अवेलेबल नहीं थे, तो वो हो नहीं पाया, नहीं तो शायद। पर इससे पिलर एक तो कंक्रीट का हमने नया बनाया है, बिल्कुल ही अबैटमेंट, क्योंकि वो तो चला ही गया था, तो हमने नया ही पिलर बनाया है, जिसको कि बनने में भी टाइम तो लगता ही है, तो उसको भी टाइम लगा बनने में। अब उसको उस नए पिलर पे हम पहले बैठ।
Two more children tested positive for dengue in the border town of Moreh. According to official reports, the children are an 8-year-old of Phaichom Vang and a 6-year-old of Langnom Vang in the Indo-Myanmar border town Moreh today. So far, 39 positive cases of dengue have been found in Moreh since June. President of Meitei Council Moreh, MCM, Mayang Lambam Thoiba, has lauded the precautionary measures taken up by the district administration, Technopol, and district malaria department like fogging. He further appealed to the people of Moreh to support the precautionary measures against the vector-borne disease and to keep the surrounding clean. Mysore Alumni, a WhatsApp group formed by individuals working in different fields who were students in Mysore city, has presented cash incentive to mixed martial arts MMA fighter of Manipur, Jojo Rajkumari. Jojo Rajkumari, popularly known as the Cobra Queen for skillful tactics in the fights, has brought laurels to the state and India by drawing fighters of other states and countries, including the undefeated ones in international MMA championships. The cash incentive was sponsored by a member of Mysore Alumni named Sunil Thokchom of Luangshangba Mamanglaikai, who is working as a senior manager at a private company in United Arab Emirates, Dubai City. Senior members of Mysore Alumni, Brajendra Ningomba, Ngangbam Ghanashyam, Nongthombam Dilip, Laikangbam Sumorjit, and Prithviras Senjam were among those who attended the felicitation program held at Thangmaiban, Lairenhanjaba, Laikai this morning. The members of Mysore Alumni congratulated Jojo on all her achievements, wished her more success, and gave her blessings to continue to bring laurels for the state. The MMA fighter also expressed gratitude to the team. An emergency meeting for Executive Committee of Dhanamanjari University Teachers Association was held yesterday at DM College of Arts. During the meeting, they decided to boycott PG, PhD and research work of the university as well as both offline and online classes. The decision was taken after deliberating the emergency general body meeting of DMUTA held on July 16. They decided to launch the boycott from today since the government failed to fulfill their demands. However, they will wear black badges while in duty during the UG examination to make sure that the boycott does not interfere with the examination. The association warned of launching further agitation if the demands are not fulfilled. A person was shot dead during a dispute at Walkurin village under Chakpikarong police station after midnight of July 19. The deceased has been identified as Kolungta Anal, 25, son of Rajesh Anal, while K.R. Rilav Anal, 33, son of Rurankil Anal, sustained injuries and was admitted to CHC Chakpikarong for treatment. They both belong to the same village. According to police report, a family dispute broke out 1 hour after midnight at the residence of HB Kitun of the village, during which Kolungtang died on the spot due to bullet shot while Rilav sustained injuries. Following the incident, HB Shalung Anal, 53, son of late HB Kotra Anal, HB Kenneth Anal, 38, son of HB Kotra Anal of Walkurin village, and Themba, 30, of Tokwaching have been absconding. A case has been registered at Chakpikarong police station for further legal action. Singjamai to Lilong Maira Paibi Apunbalo SLIMPAL and Singjamai to Lilong United Clubs Organization SNUCO under the supervision of Poirei Laimarol, Amuko, Amawova and MSF organized a torch march from Kanchipur to Singjamai against drug last night. A large number of people took part in the march from Kanchipur to Singjamai, chanting slogans and holding placards against drugs. As part of the march, the organizations took the decisions to ban the sale and consumption of drugs from Kanchipur to Singjamai. They further informed about organizing such march in different parts of the state for a healthy and a fit future, free from drugs. Speaking on the occasion, President of Amuko, Nando Luwang, said states representatives along with their workers should take part in banning drugs in the state, leaving behind politics. Stating that the only way to save the future generation is by collectively standing against drugs, Nando added that passing different acts will not be enough. Dead body of Kangembam Akajao, 58, son of late K.H. Komai of Kakmayay Mayay Laikai, who went missing since July 15, was found in Tawal River near Lairong Tel Pitra yesterday. Akazao's son Kangembam Lebakchao, 22, had lodged a missing report on July 17 after his father went missing since July 15. During the course of investigation yesterday around 11:30 a.m., Akazao was found dead in the Tawal River near Lairong Tel Pitra. The dead body was taken to Jennings morgue for further necessary formalities. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back.
Welcome you all to Munako Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
Admission open, admission open. Manipur International University, Gari Awang Lekai Airport Road, Imphal West. Undergraduate ki oina makata pizariba course sing tamnabagi khudung jaba pizari. UGC na sakanglaba university asida highly qualified oiraba faculty members singna tongan department ta tambigani amadi advanced computer lab, smart classroom, oriental library ki facility fangbat natana attractive scholarship unique course ki khudung jaba su pizari. Jalibachai asigi August tagi session hozaragani maram aduna akupa marogi damak makada pizariba helpline number asida contact tawbiu. Manipur International University, Gari Awang Lekai, Imphal West.
Ichabu mahi tamhanba haibasi mama mapa singna machada piba ngamba khwaidigi chabu khudoni. Slopland Public School, biggest and the finest residential school, Manipurgi oina lemjaningai oiraba, mahei tampam ama oiriba, khwaidagi chunaraba mafamda semgatlaba, CBSE the affiliate toba higher secondary school oiri. Ichasingbu admission tawidana mama mapasina machada piba ngamba, khwaidagi chawbu khudol oibiu, ichagi phazabalam chat sajati ahombadu ubiu, Slopland Public School Khongjom.
Welcome back. As many as 75 Congress MPs, including leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, and several workers were detained by the Delhi police today for holding demonstrations against a questioning of the party's interim the President Sonia Gandhi by Enforcement Directorate ED in the National Herald case. Senior Congress leaders including P. Chidambaram, Ajay McCann, Manikam Tagore, K.C. Venugopal, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, Shashi Tharoor, Sachin Pilot, Harish Rawat, Ashok Gehlot, K. Suresh and others are detained. When Congress MPs left from Parliament to Congress headquarters, around 75 MPs were taken by Delhi police in buses. Congress workers in Nagpur were also detained in the wake of the protest. Meanwhile, Sonia Gandhi is being quizzed by the ED officials in the national capital. Congress interim president, accompanied by her daughter Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, reached the ED office in the national capital. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi also arrived at the ED office. Protesting Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge said that the ruling party BJP is showing its high-handedness by misusing the probe agencies by asking them to target opposition leaders. The flood situation in Assam improved further as the number of people affected by the deluge came down to 16,462, even as one more person died, sources said. The lone fatality was reported from Kasar district, taking the toll in this year's flood and landslides in the state to 197, it said. 6 revenue circles and 56 villages in 5 districts are still reeling under floodwaters, according to the source issued by the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, ASDMA. The number of affected districts increased to 5 on Wednesday, as parts of Tinsukia were also submerged. Besides Kasar, Dima Hasao, Marigaon and Tamulpur, the number of people affected by the deluge came down to 16,462, with Kasar remaining the worst hit, where 9,717 people are still suffering. Over 23,188 people in 4 districts were reeling under the floods. Lightning strikes have left 14 people dead and 16 others injured in various parts of Uttar Pradesh. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has announced financial assistance of Rs 4 lakh each to the families of those who were killed in the lightning strikes on Wednesday. According to the details provided by the Relief Commissioner's Office, 4 deaths due to lightning were reported from Banda, 2 from Fatehpur and 1 each from Balrampur, Chandoli, Bulandshahr, Ray Bareli, Amethi, Kushambi, Sultanpur and Chitrakoot districts. Adityanath condoled the loss of lives and directed officials to ensure proper treatment is provided to the injured, the official said. The World Health Organization will reconvene its expert monkeypox committee today to decide whether the outbreak now constitutes a global health emergency, the highest alarm it can sound. A second meeting of the WHO's Emergency Committee on the virus will be held to examine the evidence on the worsening situation, with nearly 14,000 cases reported from more than 70 countries. A surge in monkeypox infections has been reported since early May outside the West and Central African countries, where the disease has long been endemic. Now a second meeting will be held, with case numbers rising and spreading to 6 more countries in the past week. Ranil Wickremesinghe took oath as the President of Sri Lanka today. Ranil Wickremesinghe became Sri Lanka's 9th president after winning the presidential poll on Wednesday, July 20. Ranil Wickremesinghe assumed the president's chair amid massive protests against him. Earlier, his private residence was set on fire and his official residence, when he was the Prime Minister, was stormed by protesters who demanded that he step down. Right after winning the election on Wednesday, he addressed the Speaker and sought permission from the Speaker to take oath outside the Parliament chamber within the Parliament complex. He assured the opposition that he would work with all parties to bail Sri Lanka out of the unprecedented economic crisis. Now, before we wind up, let's have a quick look at the top stories once again. Manipur bags first rank in Northeast and Hill States category of Niti Aayog's India Innovation Index. Karnataka, Chandigarh lead in other categories. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu leads after first round of counting. Government's Irang bridge to be ready by August claim can't be trusted, says General Secretary IN. Cannot be trusted. Manipur Drivers Association, Ketrimayum Sanjoy. That brings us to the end of today's English News Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV for latest news updates. Thanks for watching.